A smooth commute can set you up for a great day. A bumpy one, not so much. In the west, in the north and in the east, roads are infuriating drivers.
I have a car that they've already said the wheel things are damaged because I've gone over a pothole. And to fix it, it's thousands of dollars.
Fortunately, most of the really big ones have a lime green circle around it, so you see it.
Tyre shops are probably the only ones benefiting from dodgy roads.
Every second wheel that's coming in through the door, even if it's getting cosmetic repaired, needs to be re-rolled because the wheel's buckled from driving through a pothole.
It's shops like these that are on the front lines witnessing the brunt of driver frustration.
It's obviously at a time when they're travelling home, or it might be at night because the visibility is low, and yeah, they're generally quite upset, especially if they have to get on a tow truck and they're stranded.
Lisa Dawson loves being out on the road.
It's the best feeling, especially since we were in lockdown. Getting back out on the bike especially, it's just a really good feeling of freedom.
But she's lucky she wasn't on her bike when she hit this pothole on a council road driving near her home back in 2022.
It was at night time, so I actually hit something and I actually felt like it was a wombat. That's how bad it was. And I'm like, oh, wow, what was that? But if I was on the bike, I might have been killed. Yeah.
She was quoted over $2,500 to fix damage to the tyres and rims. Despite piles of documentation and photos, she says she hasn't seen a cent of compensation, with the council denying liability.
My bike, my car is registered. I always maintain my car's maintenance. I also am a ratepayer. I spend a lot of money, so I just don't think it's fair.
Responsibility for our roads is mostly shared between the state and local councils.
If you manage to hit a hazard on a state road and you want compensation, you can lodge a notice of incident and claim. But there is a threshold. You have to foot the first $1,680 worth of damage, and it turns out payouts are rare. 1,709 notices were lodged over a 2-year period between the start of 2023 and the end of 2024, according to data we've obtained under Freedom of Information laws. In the end, only 23 of those have resulted in a settlement offer. That's around 1%. More than 2/3 of hazards were described as pavement or surface defects, but others included obstructions and substances in the traffic lane and pavement markings. The most mentioned suburb was Pakenham, and the most mentioned road, the Princes Freeway. The Nationals leader has spent much of his public life advocating for better roads. He says it's no longer just a regional issue.
One of the things that I think we start to notice after a while is that just patch on patch on patch. So the road surface is terrible even when it's been fixed up notionally.
Compensation claims are being knocked back for a few different reasons. For example, for 69% of claims, Vic Roads said it wasn't liable. Of those, nearly half didn't meet the threshold, with claims of this type worth more than $250,000.
They might do a tyre and it might be $400 or $500, and it's a big impact on people at a cost of living crisis, but the threshold is in the $1,600 mark and that makes it harder. We think though that the government should be fixing the roads so that people aren't facing that upfront cost in the first place.
Pothole reports for the year to July rose by almost 9% in Victoria when compared to the year prior, according to Snaps and Solve.
It's an app that allows community members to report local issues by taking a photo and uploading it, alerting the right authority or the solver.
So, for example, offensive graffiti can get fixed within 12 hours. A damaged Telstra pit can be fixed even faster than that. But things like potholes sometimes goes in the scheduled maintenance bucket, so it takes a little bit longer.
Danny says about 8 out of 10 potholes reported on the app are solved.
A little bit of a sense of accountability. So if you send a report directly to the solver, it can sometimes go into a black hole.
The Victorian government is spending $976 million on its 2025-26 road maintenance blitz, which it says is the biggest single-year investment in road maintenance in the state's history. Alexandra, Alvaro, ABC News, Melbourne.